Hi, my name is Michael Szymborski, and this is an open letter to RFK. I'm making this video as an SOS to RFK and the Make America Healthy Again administration. There is a surgery being sold for hyperhidrosis and blushing called ETS surgery. The surgery is being sold as no big deal with zero actual disclosure and informed consent of the full reality of side effects. Side effects that are destroying people's lives and autonomic nervous systems, including my own. I am begging and pleading to the Make America Healthy Again administration to add this surgery as part of the larger medical corruption conversation. The world needs to know what is being done to people, and to do a non-biased investigation to the medical fraud and malpractice of the surgeons selling and performing this procedure. Please look into the countless lives that have been destroyed. There is Facebook groups and forums with thousands of people all experiencing the same exact things, yet are largely ignored by the medical system that they have been ruined by. Sweden is where this procedure was invented, yet they have had it banned since 2003 due to the horrifying side effects, yet it continues here and is sold as no big deal. There is substantial evidence as to why this surgery is so life-destroying, which I will show you throughout this video. I have a number of in-depth videos on my channel on the topic, warning people and sharing my and other people's stories. Here is just a few examples of the type of comments I get on these videos. Thank you for creating this. I had my surgery in Gothenburg, Sweden 21 years ago. It was by far the worst decision of my life. Not a day goes by where I don't worry for my future because of how much this surgery has altered and ultimately maimed my autonomic and central nervous system. I spent countless hours on the phone with people from all around the world who have shared their own nightmarish experiences of the ETS surgery. ETS destroyed my life. I had it when I was 24, and to this day, I still think about blank and have zero social life. Couldn't attend college as well. My life is ruined. It should be banned everywhere. It's catastrophic for most people, and doctors lie about the side effects. You can find victims all across the internet saying the same exact things. The surgery is a sympathectomy where they destroy nerves in the sympathetic chain, in my case T2 and T3, meant to block the sweat response in the hands or blushing in the face. It does far more than this. The surgery severely damages the autonomic nervous system on a systemic level, completely paralyzing the upper body's ability to cool itself down via sweat and adapt to thermal change, leading to a hyperactive, confused response of the lower body because the brain and head cannot cool itself down properly. It splits the body's thermoregulation in half. Here is my own thermal photo. Here is other thermal pictures showing the same split in thermoregulation. This is not normal. This does not occur in a normal biological human system. The same pattern occurs over and over, yet it is not disclosed by the surgeons selling it at all. It's sold as very minor and easy to deal with side effect, a worthwhile trade-off completely downplayed, like a used car salesman trying to make a sale, when in reality it is severely disabling. It has utterly destroyed my life. The autonomic nervous system is perpetually confused. It makes exercise and being in the heat literally dangerous. Here's a medical journal of an athlete running a marathon who had a sympathectomy and had a heat stroke because of total androsis, or the inability to cool and sweat the head and upper body. The same thing happened to me while skateboarding, and I almost died from low electrolytes due to heat exhaustion and severe dehydration. I was a 4.0 honors student, sponsored skateboarder, and within 2 years of the surgery, I was unable to continue to work, go to school, or exercise and skateboard at all. I went from being able to work out at the gym 5 days a week, skate all day, every day in 90-degree Southern California weather, to feeling like I was dying if I went on a 5-minute walk in the sun. We must stop this from happening to more people. The thermal regulation is only one part of it. It actually gets worse. The sympathetic nervous system sends signals up into the brain and the hypothalamus, which is responsible for signaling the body's response to emotion. The surgery completely breaks the two-way feedback system of the autonomic nervous system and brain. The surgery blocks the normal signals of adrenaline, norepinephrine, cortisol, and other sympathetic hormones that influence how a person feels in their body and emotions. Adrenaline is needed for cellular energy, and the lack of these hormones is associated with depression. A normal stress response is needed to live life and react normally. It literally breaks the ability to feel excitement in a normal way, one of the most precious emotions of life. This is not an exaggeration, this is an unspeakable crime. Got this surgery done about a decade ago, worst decision of my life. Business Insider recently wrote an article discussing a victim of the surgery experiencing the same thing. Simply read the headline. The surgery leaves people exhausted and like zombies, unable to have normal emotional response to stimuli. A basic understanding and study of the sympathetic nervous system and how it connects to the brain and body proves this to be undeniable. The surgeons doing this to people are monsters, comparable to surgeons who performed lobotomies. Please stop this. This surgery was banned in Sweden because they're aware of how life-destroying the effects are. Yet this surgery continues to go completely unregulated while criminally negligent doctors violating the Hippocratic Oath falsely advertise this procedure and profit off of absolute misery. Performed largely on insecure teenagers and young adults. For many, it can take a few years for them to fully realize what has been done to them. And that's the fraud occurring. The feedback that they get on the procedure is immediately after the procedure is performed. Yes, it stops sweating on the palms, and they get the feedback that they post on their website immediately after they do the procedure. They do not follow these patients long term. Here is a medical journal asking if sympathectomies have too high of a cost. The data collected here shows over 50% of people have compensatory sweating, which in reality is a breaking of the autonomic nervous system and the normal thermoregulation of the body. How is this allowed to continue to go on? I do not understand. I agree with everything you have said 1000%. We were lied to. It's not a minimally invasive procedure. I now have 1 billion side effects. Something needs to be done ASAP in our lifetimes now. Let's get the voice out, everybody. Clammy hands and blushing can make people insecure psychologically, yet these are not physically limiting issues. The surgery induces actual physical disability and complete destruction of quality of life on all levels. A criminal downplay of the data being collected is occurring here. The bulk of data being collected is short-term and done by the surgeons performing the surgery. This is an extreme conflict of interest and criminal. An investigation by unbiased, competent, moral people will 100% prove all of these claims to be true. I am begging the Make America Healthy Again administration to ban this procedure in America, to completely ban it and hold the people doing it responsible for their crime. RFK's aunt, Rosemary Kennedy, was a victim of lobotomy in 1941. She was left disabled for the rest of her life. ETS surgery is comparable to a modern form of lobotomy, destroying people's ability to feel emotions and properly regulate their nervous systems at all moments of life. It is inhumane and barbaric. There is thousands of people and support groups on Facebook and random forums online who can be contacted and investigated, confirming everything I have claimed. All of this can be absolutely proven both anecdotally as well as scientifically if this is looked at by competent, moral scientists and doctors. Please RFK, please Trump, help expose and stop these crimes of medical incompetence, sadism, fraud, and malpractice. Please, please, please help us and prevent this from being done to more people. The world needs to know.